You know, I never thought that I would ever make one of those videos where it involves some kind of a vlog or something, but you know, here we are. You know, some people wanted to see non-scripted content, and I hope that's what you mean by that. So last year I made a video on my video game collection, showing you all my video games and consoles that I've collected throughout 2017. So now 1 year has passed, and today I'm going to show you my video game collection for 2019 and showing you everything that I've collected throughout 2018. And before this video starts, I have to give out a huge thanks to all of you for showing your wonderful positive support on my last video, my top 10 Crash Team Racing racetracks. If you haven't checked it, then do be sure to check it down below. I'll put in a link in the description so you can check it out. And also, if you want to keep up to date with anything that I've collected, games, consoles, accessories, or whatever, then again, I'll put the link in the description box down below on my Twitter, because that's where I usually post everything about them. So basically, we're going to go around in a circle, ending with the video game shelf, because after all, best to last, am I right? And starting from here, we have my video game lounge. Now, I got this for my birthday. It was really, really good that I got it, because before I even got this lounge, I was just sitting on the floor recording and playing video games, which wasn't the ideal way, especially for my age now. So grabbing a lounge it's really good, versatile as well. Interesting thing is the fabric. If you spill anything on this type of fabric, it will stain, and there's just no way to clean it up at all. Like either something that has to do with wine or hair dye or something, it's unavoidable. So what I've done, just in case if that does happen, is I put a blanket on my lounge, which of course is the North Queensland Cowboys. And over here as well, next to the lounge, we have the my very own coffee table. Usually for foods or drinks or anything, I'm going to play a video game that's going to take hours. You know, if I'm going to record a very long session, I always want to have something on the side with me, just in case. And as you can probably see here, the posters have been separated. In other words, they're not really bunched up together anymore. They're just kind of in their own unique spot, and that's what I like about it, because it's different, you know, and I like it. And this is pretty much my my office, if you will, you know, my little workspace area. I still have some of my accessories over here, which is the Witcher Wild Hunt 3, South Park Fractured Butthole, and my box of my mouse that I bought quite a while ago. And of course down here is just like a bunch of papers, you know, either something related to school or theater. I've never really taken the time to clean them out or removed any of them. And here is my little mouse that I use all the time. I don't know if you can see, if I can zoom in, but it has a little crack. I do not know if you can see that, but it does have a little crack right along here, so that kind of sucks. And of course, next to it is my keyboard. It's a little bit dusty, I apologize. And of course, here's my computer. Without it, this channel will probably be dead. And as you can see by the picture, you probably know what the next video is going to be, so that's going to be pretty fun. And over here on this side, we have my action figure of CM Punk. I found this somewhere on the floor. Somehow, for whatever reason, I wanted it, so it's staying here. Also got my Shinsuke Nakamura, still there, along with the Steelbook of Rugby League Live 4. Now this is a pretty interesting device what I have. This is my 2 terabyte external hard drive by Seagate. And what this is, it allows you to store as many files as you can onto this device. Now, for every time I've recorded a gameplay, this goes directly into this device, so I do not lose any gameplay footage. I don't have to redo any of it, as it's all in there. Unfortunately, I've run out of gigabytes on this, so I'm gonna have to get another one at some point. And of course, here is my cheat codes. Always comes in handy. And of course, just here's just school stuff, you know, that I still haven't cleaned up, pens, pencils, rulers, and all that. And this is my chair that I'm going to be using for now. My old chair broke, so I'm just using this one as a replacement until I can get a much more better one. And down here, I have my microphone that I use for the audio. I did make a video on this a while ago, so if you're interested in seeing more of this, then again, I'll put it in a link in the description. And as we come down here, you can see my game capture that I use, the Elgato Game Capture HD60, and a little device where I can convert from AV to HDMI, which goes into the Elgato and it records gameplay footage. And if you want to see more in depth on how I record video games, then do let me know in the comments down below. Okay, now on to my consoles that I've obtained. The consoles that I had before last year, I have pretty much doubled all of them. Let's start off from this section, the Xbox 360 console. I was never going to get it, but thanks to nostalgia, I got it back and I absolutely love it with a passion. Next to it is my N64. I only played Super Mario 64 on this console, but again, it's a console that I always wanted to get and I'm glad I have it. The controller sucks though. And the reason why I have a cloth under here, oh, Superman 64! So the reason why I have a cloth under this console here is because of the dust that gets inside it, which does break the system. So having a little cloth under here prevents it, and you know, I don't know, it's just my type of way of trying to keep things clean. Next to it is the Xbox One console. You know, I never thought I would actually get this console because I've already got the PlayStation hamburger. But you know, the console isn't really too bad. You know, I like the controller, and you know, being able to play some exclusive Xbox One's games, it's pretty cool. And of course, next to it is my big boy, the PlayStation 4, or as I like to call it, the PlayStation hamburger. This is mainly used for online video games that I play, while the Xbox One is used for single-player games. For me, it's pretty much more of a entertainment system rather than a video game console for me, but I still like it. Then over here is perhaps one of my favorite handheld devices I've played in a long time, the Nintendo Switch. I freaking love it. I love grabbing this device and playing it wherever I go, playing at some of the good games, Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, you know, it's really awesome. And down here, my PlayStation 3, it's still there in the same spot, I think it is. I'm not exactly sure, I can't really remember. Down here, perhaps my favorite console of all time, the PlayStation 2, which is getting really super dusty. I'll really have to clean that out at some point. And next to it is perhaps the one console I always wanted to get, the original Xbox. I remember playing it back in the day, and now actually having it in my hands, I am really looking forward to playing some of the old school games, the exclusives, the ones that really stood out back in the day. And of course, I do have two extra consoles that is not in this room, the Nintendo Wii and the Super Nintendo, believe it or not, but I don't really have enough room to hook up everything, so those two are just in my room, just sitting there until I'm ready to use them. And of course, on this side here, we have a bunch of controllers. I'm not going to go through all of them, but as you can see, we have a few PlayStation 3s, Xboxes, PS4s, and the Nintendo Wii wheel for Mario Kart Wii. And down here is some even more accessories, more controllers, buzz, iToy, you know, nunchucks. Nothing really interesting to say here. They're all just storage until I'm ready to use them. And over here is my tripod that I use for recording anything, reviews, top 10 videos, whatever. I'm using my camera right now, so I wish you can kind of see my camera, but I did posted a photo on Twitter where I showed off my old shelf and my camera was there, so I guess you can check that out if you like. And now this brings us to the main event. the video games. Hell yes. Up here have the box of Mario Kart Wii, the Demon Finn Balor statue, and the pop figurine of Fallout. Then over this side we have the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, I think that covers the consoles, which I think I have 11 consoles. I always have to double check with that, but I'm pretty sure it's 11. It's still in the same place, along with the 4 other games as well. And only a couple Super Nintendo games that came with the console. I really love Super Mario World and Mortal Kombat, so it's pretty cool. The N64 games, I really love them. I want to get a whole lot more of them, like Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, Mario Kart 64, those sorts of things. But I'm really loving WWF No Mercy, Super Mario 64, Diddy Kong Racing, they're all good. As for Nintendo Wii, I'm sorry to say this, but I haven't really added too much in, you know, because it's... I couldn't really get invested into the console though, because I was only into Wii Sports and Mario Kart, and that was it. I did get SpongeBob's Truth or Square, Super Mario Galaxy, but you know, I'll definitely will consider getting more Wii games in the future. So now the original Xbox games, you know, it's a slow development, but it is getting there. And in case you're wondering what the transparent green case is, it's actually another copy of Halo. I just like to put it there anyway. Some of my highlights I like to play is Conker's Bad Fur Day, Live and Reloaded, Halo, as mentioned before, Destroy All Humans. You know, there's a few games that I really do like, and hoping to play even more of them. Xbox 360 games. Now with the console, it came with 16 Xbox 360 games for $100, which was pretty awesome. And then I found another buyer that was selling 13 more Xbox 360 games for like 40 to 50 bucks. So yeah, as you can see, I have a huge collection of 360 games that I need to go through, like the Fable trilogy, yeah, Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed, and Tomb Raider, Sims 3. I love The Sims 3. Well, my voice is getting a little bit clogged up here, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit quick here. And here we have my Xbox One collection. Again, I only use it for single play games. You know, the ones that I really love, Resident Evil 2, Spyro, Mortal Kombat 11, which was the recent one I got. I'm really looking forward to adding more. Along with the Nintendo Switch games. You know, some of them are duplicates than the ones I've got on my Xbox or PlayStation, but you know, they're still really fun to play on the Nintendo Switch, especially the Insane Trilogy. I mean, playing Crash Bandicoot 2 in my car is fucking brilliant. And now, as we turn over to the left, here is the new shelf that I got and built just yesterday as from this recording. I freaking love this shelf. Every time I look at it, I just like to stop and look just how clean it is and how awesome it looks. So up here on this side, we still have my pop figurines of Kazuya and Crash Bandicoot. That still has the devil's eyes. And here we have my PlayStation 1 collection. It is getting bigger and bigger as every week progresses. You know, I'm really loving the PS1. I definitely want to get some of the other PlayStation 1 games that I consider as the best titles. But for now, I'm happy with what I have at the moment. I'm looking forward to adding in a lot more in the future. And I probably should mention as well, if I'm going a bit too fast and if you want to see what kind of games I have, you can always pause the video just to make sure exactly what games I own. And PS2 collection. I've been collecting a lot of PlayStation 2 games, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop. So far, I think I've collected every childhood game on the console, so now I'm just in the mood of obtaining some of the best PlayStation 2 games that I've played throughout my journey. My PlayStation 3 collection, again, it's still growing as of this date. One of the games that I got that was really interesting was this one, Okami, which is a Japanese game for the PlayStation 2, but then it came out on port for the PS3 on English, so I'm pretty happy that I have this game. And then we have my PlayStation 4 collection. I'm not that big of a next-gen console gamer, but you know, I still love collecting games for it because it just looks really sexy for every time I collect a new PlayStation 4 game. And of course on the next to it is my plushies of Flowey the Flower and Papyrus, just sitting there minding their own business. Down the bottom here is my giant Crash Bandicoot statue that I gotted. I saw it on stores and I knew that I had to get it at any cost. Like $50, but that's fine. And my spare PlayStation 3 console, my sister didn't want it, so it's just there waiting to be used. Even though it probably will never be used, but you know, it's nice to be there for display anyway. And wow, I cannot believe I forgot to say this, but as a grand total of how many games I have the total of 325 games. Like, holy shit. And as for PC, I only added one game, which was Doki Doki Literature Club. It's not that I hate PC games, I prefer consoles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this video was a little bit different than the regular ones that you might have seen, but you know, like I said, you know, some people wanted to see non-scripted content, so I kind of hope that I did a good job, because I think I kind of sucked at it, to be honest. But you know, hey, it's nice to do something different. So that pretty much concludes my game collection slash room tour, whatever you want to call this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and again, if you have any questions that you'd like to know, or what games you would like me to get, again, comment down below. And until next time, everyone, my name's Cheese and Crackers, telling you to keep calm and keep playing video games.